Well, we're here in Washington, D.C. It's the Capitol building behind me. We don't have a lot of time right now, so I want to show you a picture of something really cute. Check this out. Did you like that? Huh? Well, if you didn't, then it's okay, because this video has nothing to do with that clip I just showed you. Basically, I took a lot of footage while we were up in Washington, D.C. using my phone. And when I downloaded it, it turns out those videos are in a file format that is not recognized by the program that I use to edit and produce my videos. So that created kind of a problem, and we are trying to figure out some solution. In the meantime, though, I have something for you that I can tie into our adventures up in Washington last month. You see, earlier in the week, Newt Gingrich made some comments about how MSNBC is basically working as Obama's re-election team. When I heard that, I thought, oh, man, now I'm going to have to watch MSNBC tonight because I just know they're going to address it and they're going to give me some great material, and I'm not going to quit watching it until I find what I'm looking for. I just don't have time for that. But of course I'm obsessive compulsive, so I did watch it, and while I didn't find what I was looking for, I did see this.
In tonight's rewrite, to continue a tragic theme, child abuse, Washington style. This grim story does involve little boys and little girls, and sadly takes place in a school setting.
Oh my God!
It begins with the Obama Agriculture Department trying to nudge the country into taking a baby step in the direction of sanity and better health by rewriting some of the regulations of the school lunch program to make the lunches just a bit healthier, just a bit. And of course, it fails. And it fails because what you think of as the school lunch program was politically conceived and created as a government buying program for this country's heavily subsidized agriculture industry, which is why the school lunch program is absurdly located in and run by the Agriculture Department.
Okay, at that point I knew, well, I suspected what he was talking about. But before I explain it to you, I want you to hear Larry O'Donnell's ominous rendition of what's going on.
American third graders have not yet been able to figure out how to band together and use some of their milk money to hire high-priced Washington lobbyists to do their bidding to the agriculture committees of the House and the Senate or the appropriations committees. High school students haven't figured out how to do that either, but potato growers and sellers have. They have the National Potato Council, which is conveniently located at 1300 L Street in Washington, D.C., the corner of 13th and L, a prime location for Washington lobbyists, which is what the National Potato Council is, the national lobbying operation for potatoes. Nothing scares potato lobbyists more than Michelle Obama-like health freaks who might prevent them from putting French fries on school lunch trays every single day. 4 days a week isn't good enough for them. They want French fries on school lunch trays every day. The new regulations would have cut the amount of potatoes served in favor of more fruits and green vegetables. Now, if it was just a fair fight between potato lobbyists and fruit and vegetable lobbyists, fruit and vegetables would have a better chance. But there's much more money, including lobbying money, on the side of keeping the rules exactly the way they are. Guess which side Coca-Cola is on when someone starts talking about making school lunches healthier. Coca-Cola has reported $35.5 billion in net revenue so far this year, but that's not enough for Coca-Cola.
Good. Good. I want I want them to make more money. I'm glad they're making a lot of money, because if they're making a lot of money, then they're paying more in taxes. And we need that money. I just wish the government would put it to good use. But is that a train?
Coca-Cola, whose noble history includes creating a so-called soft drink laced with cocaine, which is how Coca-Cola got its name, has now added to its pride-filled history using its lobbying power to kill the new, healthier regulations for the school lunch program. There is no company in the world that can claim more credit than Coca-Cola for pushing the American childhood obesity rate above 30%. Just FYI on this thing, in Japan, where parents are not as likely to allow Coca-Cola into their homes, the obesity rate is 10%.
Well, of course there aren't as many fat children in Japan, Larry. I mean, for God's sakes, have you been to Japan? The average home size is like 900 square feet. They don't have enough room for all the fat children we have here in America. But what Larry is talking about is this. This is a story in Politico. One thing I love about going to Washington, D.C. is you get the actual newspaper version of Politico. And it's free. And, yeah. So there's this article on here. Hill heats up over taters. Colin steamed over school nutrition guidelines. And basically, this is about proposed Agriculture Department rules to bar white potatoes from school breakfast plans and limit consumption to 1 to 2 servings per week at lunch. See, in the view, well, I'll just read the article. Proponents argue the change is a science-based overdue step to promote diversity, encouraging children to eat more dark green and orange vegetables, such as broccoli, spinach, and carrots, but having been already bounced from the chief nutrition program, blah, 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 blah. No, it doesn't give the other side. Oh, wait, here it is. For Collins, a daughter of Maine's famed Aroostook County, who harvested potatoes as a girl and prefers hers baked and plain, it's a call to arms. This is a big market, and it is image also, she told Politico. It's telling people that potatoes aren't healthy, and that's not true. This is what makes people angry about Washington. It really is. It's the kind of nonsensical, excessive regulation that increases costs enormously. Now, I actually agree with Susan Collins on this. I think this is really an example of ridiculous regulation. I think schools, so long as they're feeding the kids food and, not committing malnutrition, so long as the students are not malnourished, basically, then I don't like this regulating what foods they can and can't serve, and also, how much they can serve. Students deserve a balanced diet, but come on, give local governments some freedom. I hate this micromanaging by the federal government, just as a general rule. Or, to put it another way,
This is our government at its absolute worst, at its most routine and its worst. Republicans and Democrats team up to serve the agriculture industry. They do it every day. The food producers, the stupidly unhealthy beverage business, and they do it at whose expense? Nothing Washington politicians ever say or do proves more clearly what unpardonable liars they actually are. Every politician who makes sure that French fries can be piled on every lunch tray in every American school every day will insist that the work he or she is doing in Congress every day is for the children, our grandchildren. Our grandchildren are invoked in nearly every political speech for everything politicians do. And they are almost always lying. What better proof could you ask for? Those same politicians, Democrat and Republican, made a deal yesterday on the agriculture spending bill to block the provision that would make school lunches healthier, just a little bit healthier. On the question of making our children's lunches healthier, they actually found a way to say no.
Website. Blog. Oh, French fries, don't ever change. And until next time, don't mess with the right-wing genius or the National Potato Council. All right, that'll do.